Hey friends, welcome back to another video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the video. And also, yesterday's session goes back to $60. So we're down to 52. I know yesterday I said $54, but right before I started recording, I lost all in. Anyway, let's go from here. We'll just continue from last video. Hopefully we can continue on the onslaught. Maybe the big blind supply is actually, or the display is actually going to help us. Go check here with ace. Try and, try and get second best hands to get sticky. All right, I'm going to check the river. Actually going to bet the river and hopefully get a call. Probably could have bet there on the turn just to get some value as well. Some, because they could have flush draws, straight draws as well, but we'll throw a bet in. Hopefully calls with a king or maybe a jack or some pocket pair. All right, and it's going to fold. Queen 10's going to fold out of position, but we still haven't been in it. Maybe we could have called it. All right, gut shot with jack 10. Yeah, so maybe I should have called. All right, I'm going to call with jack 10, man. Could got a gut shot. Could be disguised. All right, I'm going to call twos. Hopefully no one squeezes the big blind. Can check raise here. I'm going to call with jack 10. If we hit the 9, we should be in a good spot. All right, going to check raise here. It's going to shove here. And hopefully get a call, which we do. Nice, jack 10, split. Unfortunate. All right, I'm going to try and raise with twos here just to try and win the pot right there. It's going to be hard for our opponent to actually hit a hand, but if he has, so be it. That's fine. All right, so we just try to get him to fold worse hands, better hands there, but I don't think he's ever going to fold with 10 there, but we're talking about like a pocket pair, which could have been second best. So I think it's fine, but we might have been a little bit crazy doing that. Maybe we should have played a little bit subtly, but we could be also just talking about it because it didn't work. So this king, I'm going to fold, miss the flop. All right, probably kings definitely get a play. See what he does. King jack got us. King jack off, so we're going to fold the small blind. Wow, 102 goes all in. I just can't call. King jack straight. Oh, okay, split. Would be funny if we called we had the best hand. It's not going to happen though. All right, so I'm going to check here because the king is in a terrible spot. We do have a backdoor flush, but like if a spade comes, ace of spade comes out, we're going for the best hand. All right, looks like we've got the best hand here, so we're going to put some value in while there's no more scared cards on the river, or before the scared card comes out on the river. So anyway, a small pot for kings, lucky to dodge a lot of bullets there. All right, we've got no showdown value. Gonna throw a bet in, try and win the pot. He folds, nice. Beautiful steal. A7's gonna fold. Yeah, ace rag and offsuit should definitely be put in the mark. All right, pocket 9's beautiful. Hopefully everyone's going well today, by the way. Yeah, so far an okay start. There's no unfortunate about the two's not working, but not a huge loss. I think it'll work a lot of times, like 2 overcards. All right, we'll continue to bet here. All right, 9's hold up. Just try to really defend against those overcards. We just don't want to get them in. We want to win the hand before our opponent, realizes their equity. And that's probably one of the differences between, playing the medium pair, good and bad, I guess. You've got to sometimes place the bet and not give up regardless, even if it looks like, oh, they must have something. But I can definitely continue with worse hands. Okay, jack 10. Queen's on the board. All right, so gonna let go. If we had a diamond, maybe we could have done something there. Like, we had a lot of good turn cards coming up, but the queen was not it. Yeah, we didn't really pick up any extra equity. Sometimes, throwing a bet in with those flops and then looking to check raise, especially when you have a backdoor, can definitely help you to a turn barrel. All right, good like ace jack could be out of position. Gonna be dominated a lot of the time. Plus it's ace jack offset, which is even worse. All right, nine's gonna fold actually. So we're not gonna find where we were, but I think you're gonna find that we're up against a stronger ace most times there, or at least pocket queens, something like that. Especially multi-way. All right, 9-8, going to try and steal. Plus if 6 comes out, got an open ender. So definitely good flop to barrel. We do have a turn card now with the gut shot. We'll continue the heat. Yeah, so we did pick up some equity with the 5, but it was a spade, but luckily he didn't have any spades. So win that hand. Okay, ace jack suited, ace king suited. Ooh, all 7-4 I could defend. There is no point defending any huge rate. Okay, ace jack got a bet. We are drawing to the nuts. Okay, get a 3-bet with ace queen offsuit. He's short stacked unfortunately. I shouldn't have probably raised that actually. Didn't really look like his stack. He's just going to shovel in to watch. He's going to shovel in or fold. All right, we can't fold. Okay, let's see an ace. Just need an ace. Didn't get there. We could have probably folded anyway, but so be it. 8-6, got an open ender. Hopefully see check with queen 10. All right, so nice to see a check behind, but we do have a losing hand. All right, check 9. Ace comes out. It's not great for us. All right, got 2 pair. Need to bet it. He's got an ace calling. No. Unfortunately, does not call. All right, ace queen got a 3-bet. A little bit deeper stack this time, which is probably better for us this time. We don't want to, have to call with the marginal hand like we did last time with ace queen offsuit. All right, we've hit the ace. Goes all in, go all out. All right, we'll call these bluff. He could have a king though. Ha, 10 on the river. I don't think he's ever folding any of those bets, but we probably could have bet the turn at least. 2 pair with ace 3. He folds. 3 betting with ace jack. As far as going. Okay, go to bet here. We've got an open ender. Queen 10. That's to see another club on the turn. Count on. You're already. Jericho. He's another one of those people. All right, continue the betting with ace queen. There's a lot of draws there, so need to continue the heat. Look at aces. Out of position, get to raise a little bit higher. Nice hands for ace queen. All right, so I don't know what he's doing. He's just wasting our time there, but let's look at other tables. I'm going to call ace nine out of position. Try and get some diamonds. Yeah, and we'll call one. All right, aces win on the flop. Let's throw the bet in now. See if we can get the fold. Maybe bet a little bit too high. Because the higher you bet, the more the bluff has to work. But you think if you had a king, he would have bet before that. All right, the straight has come out. I was almost going to say the blush has come out, or the flush has come out. Wow. All right. Whether he's got the flush or not, regardless, he was so short stacked. By then, he was pot committed. It's crazy that he actually folds there with 15 left. All right, defending queen three suited, the bet was so small. Pocket fives, we're in position to call one. All right, just checking here, see if I'm going to win a small pot with queen three. It's very marginal. Didn't think he'd call with a weak five, but you never know. All right, we'll bet this. Look like he's got a pretty weak here. But he calls. All right, unfortunate. All right, so he called us anyway, so he induced a bluff. All right, it's going to call with ace 10. Drawing to a king for a straight. Ace king 3 betting. All right, I'm going to call. We can do with the club on the turn. King of clubs, please. Help two pair, but it doesn't really help because if he's got a king, I have to call. If he checks here, good. If he bets again, we're folding. Jack 10. Okay. Okay, so we've got a straight. Definitely betting the straight. Definitely betting the ace king. You could have king queen, king jack, king 10. Keeping the heat up with ace jack. Hopefully get a call. Don't want to see nines. I would say a call though, but I want to see nines. Ace king, a bit of a dodgy board. We don't want to see a spade. We can check behind to get some pot control. We'll call any bet here on the river with ace king. Nice hand. And we'll throw a small bet in to see if he calls. We played a pretty weak. Shoves. I just don't know. All right, gotta fold. Definitely polarized. He could definitely have it, or he could definitely have a bluff there as well. Feels pretty trappy, but at the same time. Why? So he's either got one of the best hands or he's got nothing. He could have spades there, could have a straight. It's one of those things, isn't it? It probably has a straight. It feels like it's one of those hands we have a straight. I've often seen that. You go, oh, there's no way they have the flush, but they've got the straight instead. I think we all We've all been in that scenario. All right, I'll show the betting there, so that could be good. Jack's going to play aggressive. You'll notice I'm playing a little bit more aggressive as well compared to when I first started last week. Well, restarted, I should say. All right, we'll check behind for pop control. King is not what we want to see. We've played like with God Ace King, because remember, 3-betting pre-flop. All right, I'm going to snap it off. All right, beautiful. Encourage the bluff. All right, Jack's going to bet. And I'm not sure what he could have. He could have tens. He could have queens. I think we're gone though. He could have a second best hand easily. We'll probably have a second best hand there. All right, got a 3-bet ace king. Probably could have bet a little bit larger as well. He's on the button as well. All right, it's going to shove. No equity, but the pot's half-half. It's definitely there. The shove's there. And we would have won anyway, unless he somehow hit us at, don't know. All right, 3-betting jacks. Okay, deep stakes with ace 9, so we can afford to call a bit wider. Up to see a check here. Love to see a check. All right, beautiful. Didn't go anywhere. Played it really well out of position. With king jack, fold. All right, king 8. It'll let that one go as well. Don't finish the action. Ace queen, definitely a lot of turn cards going against us. We're going to continue betting here, even though we could be smashed, but at the same time, a lot of the second best hands. Yeah, ace jack, ace 10 will come aboard. Does raise, so we're going to let go. You just never know, but there is a lot of, he's either got a stronger hand than us, or it's got a huge amount of equity. All right, let's hit 10. Didn't 3-bet us, so he's less likely to have an ace. But it was money way pot, so we're gonna let go. All right, 3-bet king queen. I'll win the pot pre-flop. Ace 3 gonna bet while we're in front, hopefully. All right, ace 5's gone. Just trying to win when we hit the 3, but obviously there's a lot of things he could have had. Or maybe just bluffing, but can't be bluffing every single time. We do call him. And that's one thing I found out when I was doing a lot of sessions earlier in the year as well. You make a few hero calls and then you run the risk of calling everything. Yeah, fault there. The 3-bet was quite big. So we want to be quite selective. Alright, I'll bet. Maybe could have opened with 10-3 suited though. Everyone was in the pot pair. Second pair. Can't defend too wide. A for the fact that the rake is pretty high. And that's probably why a lot of people complain, because they're still not winning players, or they are winning players, but the rake kills them. They're probably just playing too wide. You just got to play less hands. Which actually is funny enough, we're playing a little bit tighter today. Our session we're playing about 31, then sometimes we played 26%. Today we're playing on close to 20. Yeah, so I think we're playing the right amount of hands as well. Alright. Maybe hijack's gonna bet here and then we're gonna 3-bet. Can I get a check raise for the 8s? Looks like we could easily have something here too. Unfortunately, he folds. We could not give an easier could not give a free card. It's probably got kings. Checks here, we're throwing a bet. Checks aren't going anywhere. Maybe should have thrown a bet on the river. You're counterfed. Yeah, I should have thrown a bet on the river. As soon as he checks, just throw a small bet. I'm losing money there. Just for the fact is I'm just losing value. Alright, so if he calls. Could have ace queen. He could have ace king. Could have ace jack, ace 10. Okay, it looks promising this session so far. Ace 10 definitely missed. Alright, I need to work out what I'm going to do with my Broadway offsuit hands. It was gone. That's going crazy in the background, going through the cut door. The call with ace 3 definitely goes all in. No, it doesn't go all in, but bets 18. Should not have called. Would have folded. Alright, we're deep stack or pull. I can shove here. I've hit the 3 though, which is nice. The 3 wins. Wow. That's actually pretty funny. The 3 wins. I was actually looking to check shove though on the flop, but no one actually bet, so. Maybe shouldn't have defended there with ace 8. Very hot. No, I should have aces or kings, and we've got it. King, queen, even better. Alright, ace 8's not. Can't really throw a bet in there either. Who would have thought maybe the big blinds, putting on the big blinds is easier to play. Maybe I owe, I can't remember his name. Unfortunately, I need to look it up because I've been running hot since I've changed to the big blinds. So maybe that's all it is. Maybe it is easier to play this way. All right, we got ace queen suited. Jack and run. All right, we're gonna bluff it if he checks again. Three bet, a bit of bet. Jack nine's gonna bluff. Could be just on a heater as well. I'm gonna call with fives. If we get the four, we've got it straight. I can't bluff the river, can I? With Jack nine. Should have. Yeah, I should have bluffed the river. Might have worked. Might not have either. Okay, ace two suited. What's he doing? Okay, fold, easy call. Easy win. Okay, we'll fold ace three. Reluctantly. I mean, part of me wants to call, but it's just a bit of discipline there. So you don't want to. He probably can defend a little bit wider, but I guess the small blind should be a lot wider, technically. Didn't quite look at his stats though. His queen goes through that. A fold. Didn't want to see another diamond. We could have been really stuck in that hand, even though it didn't pay that much though to see the river. It's very betting eights. Love to see a call and eight on the flop. Eight to offsuits folding, especially under the gun. Queen's going to raise it up quite sharp, being in the big blind. Going to squeeze it. Continue the pressure. All right, queens again. Eight's going to hit again. Hopefully he's missed with two overcards. Beautiful. All right, sweet girl claws. We have to call with three. We're so deep. We've been hitting a bit, so why not? Draw. Okay, interesting. I feel like there's a trap going on here, but hopefully the trap is set with them slow playing, but it looks like they're going to hit. There's no way I think threes are going to play. I just don't like call with a2. The hell am I doing? All right, got a gut shot with ace king. Love to see another two with the a2, but it didn't happen. Yeah, should have called. All right, we'll bluff ace2, a2. No showdown value. Two's going to be good here. It does look like a bluff. But sometimes you can't even beat a bluff. Go diamond. We're going to fold. By the way, pot as well, so he's probably got a queen. We definitely don't have anything. And even if we do hit an ace, if he's got a queen, it's not going to help. If we got 2-0, if he's got just pocket sevens or eights, he might just fold. All right, 7-6 is win with the second pair. I'm going to fold Jack 3. Although the bet was low. Don't 7 could have 3 betted. You're going to be looking more towards the pre-flop charts. Queen Jack suited, pretty tight folding there. All right, I think we're betting this one. Open ender flush draw, but dead to the ace of clubs. And if the ace of clubs come in, that's even better. Okay, pocket nines. All right, all 3 bet 5s at a position. Probably shouldn't actually 3 bet in that spot, but we did anyway. Okay, nines gonna bet up. Playing like we got ace king. All right, we're out of hand with the pocket 5s. This is where you'd love to see him check behind, hit the 5 on the river, and just really put some pressure on. But it's just not going to happen. All right, pocket 9's got 3 bet. King, queen, offsuit, folding. All right, ace, queen, ace, king. Everyone folding there. All right, like 3 betting all round. All right, a little bit heavier there. Okay. It's gone. I seem to be struggling on one of the tables in the top left though. Okay, gut shot. Yeah, unfortunately, it didn't hit that queen. Hit the queen, get the straight. There's a flush out there as well. Probably realizes that we were chasing. All right, I think we need to just cool it down a little bit. I'm going to throw a bet. In a card board, maybe it looks like it's going to hit our range more than his. And if we had a 3, we've got trips, so. And he's missed, it's going to be a lot harder for him to call. All right, king 9 suited, king 7 suited, some new additions. All right, top pair, you got a bet. I'm going to check actually. King 9's going to fold. All right, open ender. Not going anywhere in this hand. All right, block bet. Could be betting ourselves there. No. Probably should have just checked. Put ourselves out of that hand a little bit, didn't we? Okay. Some more three betting. 7-6, Queen Jack. Love to see a fold Queen Jack. All right, Ace Jack. So what are you gonna do? We got two pair. Definitely raising. We're not dealing with a little. All right, we'll show him. He's got, he's got eights. He's got eights. He's got ace king. He's calling, hopefully. Cool. Lucky. He probably had the queens. Would have won. All right. Make sure the table's a bit tidy there. So we're doing really good with the bottom two tables. Top left sort of holding us back a little bit. Probably could have liked full bet there, but tried not to. It also depends. We need to make sure our opponents are getting out of their hands. He had solid stats, so I think a light full bet might have been out of the question. All right, hit a 6. We'll bet this one. We'll bet while we're in front. Hopefully win the hand. They're saying that they haven't got anything. Bet again. Just non-believer. Thank you. He said his weak had a cut range, so he took full advantage. Okay, sevens, get a bet. You see, we're pretty aggressive on the flop. Especially when we've got momentum. As soon as the opponents are showing weakness, we're being relentless as well. So it looks like we're just putting some pressure on our opponents. Sevens are holding up. Nice. Just before the nasties all come out. Just we really need to, those small pocket pairs to medium pocket pairs, really need to just put some pressure on. Everyone keeps folding to us. It's pretty easy. No hand reading required if they fold. All right, so I got a gut shot. We're going to continue with the betting here. Queen Jack, maybe argue to call. Love to see a 6 come out now. But so much an ace. An ace comes out. We still could have the second best hand there. All right, ace queen got a 3 bet, even though it's a good part of the gun. Something wrong with his hand. Or it would have 4 bet. Hit top pair. Could have kings. Could be trapping. I guess we're calling if he shoves now. I need to bet. We could check raise there, but there's no guarantee that they're going to raise or bet. Unfortunately, they don't have anything. But you don't want to send call and then we lose to their flush. And a flush comes out and we've just not. We gave them a free card. Just do not want that. Still drawing to a 3, but it's a scare card. All right, nothing. 7-4, okay. Glad we missed, but All right. But fighting back, oh, would have been two pair, but a flush. I'll bet this one because we're drawing to a 10. Be a nice putt if he calls and hit it, but we missed, unfortunately. Now we don't actually have anything. The board has counterfeit us. Even an ace high kills us. That is, probably should have bet the river, damn it. Said the ace high kills us, so should have just thrown the bet in. All right. So what I am thinking is maybe we call the session. This is during the week. I want shorter sessions during the week. Check raise. Two pair. Okay, folds. It's a small bet. I'm going to call. We are deep. We are quite deep here. Deep in shit. All right, 7-5. We can bet here because we've got a lot of turn cards coming our way. Six of hearts would be beautiful. Six of hearts, please. Okay, no. I will take it anyway. All right, I've got a 9. That's good enough. All right, 3-betting with jacks. Probably should bet a bit larger since Sandy bet 2 big blinds. Plus we're deep stacked. Okay, still deep stacked. Need to be betting here. I better win a small hand there. Would have loved to have seen ace 10 on the flop, but then the ace come out, so careful what you wish for. No, we'll call. Very good a 3-bet it, actually. He's playing fit and fold. 2 pair, gonna bet this one. Jack 6. Continue the pressure. 10s, wow. Okay, we'll take that one. Beautiful. All right, pocket 9's 3-betting. Okay, fold. Nice to see a fold after you see the flop with the over the cards. All right, ace to get a fold. You'd be like, why did you fold that? It's because it's multi-way and we get dominated there a lot of the time. All right, hit a set with 2s. Unfortunately, folds. All right, jacks. Who said stop the session? I didn't say that. I did not say that. Yeah, I did. All right, 8's going to go in. One over card, but it's only a 10. Got position, at least if whatever it calls, still got position. Raises, he's saying he's probably gonna let go. Don't really have much there. At worst, we're going to play against a lot of equity, which we can't handle. We have a lot of draws. Maybe he's on a mega draw at best. Hey. All right, gonna open that ace check. One of our main goals this week, I didn't actually say, but since we were down, since we played the multi tournaments, I want to actually make my money back and try and get back to 70. So then we can do another tournament session. I probably won't have more than one session a week unless I get like my stack a little bit deeper, like my bankroll a bit more. Okay. But at the moment, since yesterday, the cash has been going pretty well, the cash tables. There is absolutely no reason to fear the Reaper at this stage. You need to bet here because another heart comes out, we're in trouble. We'll love to see the ace two just win here. 6-4, gonna fold. If I called, we had a lot of equity. There was a backdoor straight, backdoor flush, as well as gaucho, I think it was. So it's quite big. All right. I think I'm going to stop the session here because the goal was between 30 to 60 minutes during the week, the sessions. But it is tempting to play on. Just because we're going pretty well. Let's go call here. Set running fours. Maybe I should have raised. Backdoor flush. Queen jack. I thought I flopped it, but I didn't. All right. Gonna hit the global button. All right. Calling. Then this says not a spade, or at least. All right. Fours are going to try and steal. No one else is trying to win the hand, so we'll try and win it. Really need to set that four out there. Unfortunately, didn't. He's going to have an ace or a queen. Maybe pocket kings the way he's played it. Something wrong with his hand, though. He's probably got kings, maybe an ace, maybe a queen, but not a strong hand. Yeah, okay, ace 10. So he did have a little bit of a weaker ace there, so knew there was something wrong, but I was hoping we'd just call behind, bet the river, and he'd call and win the hand. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. We'll catch you tomorrow's session. Also, gonna be trying to run rather short during the week as well, so trying to fix a few graphics on that. And yeah, hopefully have a good session if you guys are playing. Keep me in the loop. Don't forget to comment and don't forget to like and subscribe. Catch you next time. Bye.